If you are short on kitchen cupboard space, consider picking up a few dollar store wall-mounted wire racks to make this productive and cool idea. I'm outfitting the size of the racks to 3 reclaimed wood boards I already had in my stash. Now I'm measuring and cutting all the boards to the same length using a miter saw. To create some support boards, I'm selecting a lightweight cedar strip and cutting 2 strips to the width of the 3 boards. I'm placing each cedar strip across the 3 boards, then marking 2 screw holes over each bottom board. Moving the cedar strips to a piece of scrap wood, I'm using a small drill bit to create pilot holes into each of the penciled areas. Pre-drilling holes before screwing reduces the potential of the wood splitting. Flipping over all the larger boards, each cedar strip is being positioned near the top and bottom of the boards, then screws inserted into each hole, which helps make install easier. The screws are being inserted slowly using short bursts to reduce the potential of the wood splitting. Flipping the 3 boards good side facing up, I'm now designing what I will use this project for by selecting a stencil theme. Deciding on a coffee theme, I'm arranging a fresh coffee stencil from Funky Junk's Old Sign Stencils and the hooks to verify all the placements desired. Desiring a rustic coffee crate vibe, I'm selecting Coal Black by Fusion Mineral Paint for the stenciling. Desiring the racks to be black, I'm placing them on butcher paper, then using a metal-friendly black spray paint to cover them from all angles. This high-heat black grill paint dried super fast and left a gorgeous durable matte finish. I'll certainly be using this again. Attaching the wood boards onto the wall, I'm using a construction level along the top and the sides to ensure the position is completely level. Before attaching the bottom hooks, I'm hanging a mug on the hooks to ensure the mug will hang within the wood frame. Now I'm marking the hole and attaching the hooks with screws using a level once again. I'm now using a ruler to help position the next 2 hooks evenly, and you are left with the handiest and coolest mug hanging rack possible. Each hook costs just over $1, making this a very price-efficient yet quality piece that will style up your coffee space to the hilt. And with all those decadent hooks, there's plenty of space to hang mugs, your coffee, or anything else desired. This same concept could be used to hang garden tools, art supplies, or pots and pans. The sky's the limit.
The one thing I didn't like about my cupboards is how stuffed and crammed they got, but I had a solution. First thing I want to pick up is a mop rack, and they are going to be perfect. I'll need 3 of these. Next, we're going to get some mop handles. Just the handles, that's all we need. On the rack, what you want to do is on the hook, you want to bend it forward. That way it goes directly against the wall and doesn't stick out too much. You can use a pair of pliers or your hands. Just get it as straight as possible. Next, what we're going to do is paint. Just some black spray paint will do the job. Now, this is a great time to teach a lesson on spraying. We want to use little bursts and not too much at a time. Spray paint likes to run. So, to keep it from dripping, we want to make sure we just do small, even little coats. If it takes 2 or 3, that's fine because spray paint can dry pretty quick. So once you get this on there, it's good. Now, on the handles, we don't want to cut off the top. We want to cut off the bottom with the screw end. So what we'll do is mark it exactly the length we want, and we're going to use a metal saw because these handles are metal. When you're cutting metal, you want to use a good blade that's used for metal and go slow. Once you get it cut all the way through, just snap it. It'll come right off. This is not the thickest metal, so it's good to snap. Next, we're going to lay out our 2 pieces. Remember, we measured and cut them already, and then we're going to take the first rack, and that's going to get us our width. We're going to put the first one all painted at the top. We're going to put the next one in the middle, a few inches down, and then the third one will go at the bottom. The way we're going to join these to the handles is we're going to use black zip tie. Just go ahead and put it around the top, put it in, and you're going to pull it tight. We're going to do this to both sides and cut off the excess. This is the other side, and we're going to put that on too. Now, I made sure that I put 2 on each side on each rack. That gives it enough friction to where when we load it, it won't fall down. Once you get it cut, twist it around the back. Now, on the screws for the wall, you want to actually leave them sticking out a little bit, not all the way against the wall, because we're going to take those handles and slip them right on there. Next, it's time to decorate. I thought a little bit of plates and some coffee mugs would look great. But there's one thing, it just didn't look right to me. I knew there was something else I could do. So what I did was added some greenery. And look how amazing that turned out. I just love it. You can put as many or as few on there as you want. And absolutely turned out great and took out a little bit of that excess clutter in my cabinets. I hope you enjoyed this project as much as I did making it. And what an addition to the side of the wall and to our kitchen. Thank you for watching Home Talk, and we'll see you next time. Today's project had me going down to the hardware store to grab some tension rods, also some 1x6 pieces of board. First thing I want to do though is I wanted to cut each of these 1x6s at 24 inches. I'm going to build a box and I need all four sides to be equal lengths. Once I got all four pieces cut, it was time to form the box. I got the top and the bottom, and then I put the sides on. And the way I fasten them with my brand nailer, and I put all of those in with 3 nails on each side. I also cut another board and I put one at the top and the bottom so that I can make some strength with the box. Cut one last piece and I made a shelf with it, and I put that in and cut that. Next I went to some 1x4s and I cut 2 of these pieces because I want to make a drawer. I also got some wood glue out and put that down so that I could put my braces on there with little cut pieces of 1x2. Once I got those nailed in, the glue's going to set up in about an hour and make it really strong. Next, it was to take those 1x4s and I got to build a door that's going to go across the whole front. So I took 7 pieces and I'm going to build a brace also for those. Once I get those in, I'm going to brad nail all of those down and put them and make them really strong. I also want to make sure this door is really strong, so I'm going to put more than 1 nail in each of those. Also, I did lay some glue down to make it strong, but I need to cut this door in half. So I cut it right down the middle, pulled it apart. Next, I traced out an outline of a coffee mug. Take some black craft paint. I'm going to go ahead and just paint that all on there. I think it turned out really cool. I love adding that special little decor to all of my projects. It kind of just gives it a little bit more to it when you take a look. It actually turned out really nice. I like it. It only took 1 coat of paint to make it good. Now the door that's on the bottom, it's time to put the hinges on. I always want to make sure that I pre-drill because I don't want to split any of the wood when I put the screws in. I'm going to put a hinge on both sides of this. Next, I want to make sure when the door opens that it doesn't flop open, so I grabbed a little black chain and put that on. Now, the kicker right here is on the tension rod. This is where I'm going to hang my cups from. I'm going to put those brackets in, and it's adjustable, so I can put it in there with the little bumpers on each side, put it in place. I can make it smaller, tighter, but it looks really good in there. I'm going to put some knobs on these doors. That's the last one. And then I'm going to take it inside and mount it. Once I do that, I'm going to grab some hooks, put them across that tension rod on the top, and I'm going to start hanging my cups. And it's also time, once I get these hung, to go ahead and decorate. I'm going to put some of my coffee pods in there also and put a little sign, close it up. Look at that. Actually looked out pretty good. I like how it turned out. And the cool thing is the doors open really nice and smooth, including the bottom one. And look at that. Super cool. I can actually leave it open as part of the decor, and it turned out nice. I can change all my mugs, and I just like how smooth it is when it closes. And the cool thing is, it looks like this little smiley face is looking at me. I can actually not unsee this from now. But it turned out cool. I hope this inspires you to build your own inexpensive tension rod coffee holder. Thank you for watching Home Talk, and we'll catch you next time.